I thought because I was an athlete, heart episodes don't happen to people like me. Not at age 43. But on July 15th, just 4 short months ago, my life changed forever. And it will be a day I remember for the rest of my life. My name is Nicole Hollingsworth. I'm the head women's golf coach at the University of Toledo, and proud for the first time in public to say that I'm a heart survivor. What I will be talking about today is not based on a true story like you see in the movies. It is the true story. It's my story. I left work early that day because I wasn't feeling well, and once I got home, I got deathly ill. 3 days prior to that day, I'd walked the LPGA Monday qualifier in extreme heat. On Tuesday, I jogged 2 miles, and on this day, I swam 130 laps in the pool. Yep, 130 laps in the pool. I was feeling great. I lost 7 pounds in 3 days because I was working out 2 hours a day. I got to work after running errands, ate a little lunch at my desk, and had severe cramps like I had in high school. As you can tell, it's been a long time since I've been in high school. So I thought that was weird. I didn't think too much about it, so I went home to lay down. I never got the chance to lay down. I looked at my new watch that I bought 3 days prior, and my heart rate was at 56 beats a minute. My normal heart rate was 85 beats a minute. I knew within 15 seconds of looking at my watch that something was seriously wrong and something was happening to me fast. So I called 911. I was going to pass out. I knew I had a chance of never waking up again. And I knew I became a great statistic, or was going to be a great statistic, of those people you hear about who pass out, hit their head, and die. I was sweating so bad that I felt like I was on fire. I put my whole body in the shower with my clothes on. When the fire department got there, my blood pressure was 190 over 130, and my pulse was at 40. I was almost non-responsive and going into shock. I don't have high blood pressure issues, and I don't have heart rate issues, so this was very abnormal for me. I wasn't able to walk or open my eyes. I had diarrhea, I was vomiting, and I kept repeating to the medical crew, I feel so bad. A couple of funny things that happened, though. I want to lighten the mood just a little bit, because I can assure you they weren't funny then, but they're funny now. I'd given up chocolate 5 days prior to that. How many people love chocolate? Anybody? Yeah, that's what I thought. I love chocolate more than anything. And so when they got there, I said, please get in the cupboard. It's got to be the chocolate. And the crew said, Coach, because they knew who I was, Coach, are you diabetic? No, I'm not diabetic, but it's for sure got to be a perfect storm, and it's got to be the chocolate. Well, they checked my sugar, and I was fine. So I think this was my response. I actually know what my response was, but it was darn it. I thought for sure it was the chocolate. Another funny story, once I got in the ambulance, I was feeling a little bit better, and a self-coping mechanism for me is to be a jokester. And we had 2 out of 3 women on that crew, and I thought that was pretty cool, and I was going on and on about it. But then I made this joke. Can you imagine how much this day is going to cost me? It's too bad my best friend Teresa didn't get here to transport me to the hospital. One of the female EMTs who couldn't get the IV in my arm got closer to me and said, Coach, you don't understand. You're in critical condition. You're having a heart episode. Your friend would not be transporting you today to the hospital. A few seconds went by and I said, oh, can you hand me my phone, please? I'm very fortunate that I'm friends with Dr. Chris Cooper. I picked up the phone. I know you all can't know Chris Cooper, but I know Chris Cooper, and I think this is the message that I left. Chris, this is Nicole. I'm in an ambulance headed your way. I think I'm having a massive heart attack. I hope you're there when the doors open. The great news is Chris was there. Thank you, Dr. Chris Cooper, for your friendship and for helping save my life. After much testing, I did not have a heart attack, and I did not have any damage to my heart, and I thank God for that. But as I lay in the emergency room, I was so frightened. Would I make it out of this alive? I was released 6 hours later, went home and had more testing on Friday. I did a treadmill test, and I was scared. I made it through the testing, thought everything was fine. Dr. Laura Murphy, my head cardiologist, came to the waiting room and gave me some very shocking news. You passed all the tests, but with your episode, we think we found something. we want to go in and do a heart catheterization. No problem, right? Routine, right? Yeah? Except for me, my father at the age of 58 had the same situation, and they lost him on the table before bringing him back to life. So this was not a good memory for me, and now at age 43, this was happening to me. I'm tough, I'm a coach, I was an athlete, never let him see you sweat. Those are all great theories. And I've lived my coaching profession with those theories, but I was so frightened. I was scared that I would die on the operating table. My procedure took an hour and a half. It was only supposed to take 20 minutes, but they found a problem. My arterial wall had dissected itself, and I had a 60% ulcerated blockage, so they put in a stent. I'm telling you this very personal story for one reason. I want you to understand that as women, we know our bodies. We know when something's not right. What I've learned is that life is so precious and that things can really change quickly. We have to listen to our warning signs. I did and reacted, and I'm here today because of that. If I'd waited any longer, I truly believe that instead of celebrating my survivor story today with all of you, some of you would have been at my funeral. Leading up to this point, I made some changes in my life. In June of 2014, I started working out a lot. And in November of 2014, I changed what I ate. Can we put that slide up, please? There we go. That's what I look like, people. As of right now, I've lost 73 pounds, and according to my doctors, that's probably what saved my life. I necessarily wasn't one of those people that thought this wouldn't happen to me. My dad had heart issues, but at age 43, this was a complete shock. Some of you in this room today need to make that change. Why wait until something happens? If you have any of these following issues on the screen, you need to start today. What are you waiting on? Let me ask you again. What are you waiting on? Do you really need a wake-up call like I had to change? Do you really need to be so scared that you have to change your ways? I hope not. I hope by hearing me today, and if any of you have these factors, make a change. We only have one life, and what are you going to do to make it the best life you possibly can? When you look back at the end of your life, well, you know you gave it everything you had to live your life to the fullest. You can't do that if you have heart issues. We all make excuses or other priorities. Remember, I'm a Division I golf coach, and I've been one for 19 years. So I'm going to tell you like it is right now. Here's a few examples on the screen of excuses that I hear, and I'm going to highlight a few of my favorites. I don't have time to work out. It costs too much to eat healthy. And one of my favorites, and a current one, the holidays are coming, so it'd be too hard. I will wait until they're over. Well, people, there's a holiday every month, so that's not going to work. Do any of these excuses sound familiar? You bet they do. So I saw this on Facebook last week, and I wanted to share it with you. Instead of "I don't have time," try saying "it's not a priority." And see how that feels. Not so good. So I'm going to go into coach mode right now. Some of you might find this offensive, but this is what I do. If I change one person's attitude right now, this moment, this minute, then all my preparation for this speech today will be worth it. If I was sitting in this room and heard a talk like mine today and was shaking my head, which I see a lot of heads shaking, I would change today. I would change right now. Let me give you a piece of information to show you actually do have all the time in the world to choose you and to change you when it comes to your heart health. You're the most important thing. Your health is so important because you all know without our health, we have nothing. So if you've just kind of been listening and eating your lunch and you're like, what is she talking about? You're not really focused. Focus right now. Because here's what should shake your life up right now. You have 168 hours in the week. Your necessities include 56 hours of sleep, 40 hours to work, 14 hours to eat, 10.5 hours for prep for work in bed, hour and a half for church, an hour and shop for food, and 3 hours to drive. You have 42 hours left. You have 42 hours left. Woke you up on that one, didn't I? People, okay? 42 hours. So stop whatever's holding you back from getting in better shape and get your heart healthy. The one thing I know, we're not getting out of here alive. But do you want to live long, fulfilling, vibrant lives that we're as healthy as we possibly can? That's up to you. And as women, we all know we take care of everyone else before ourselves. Ladies, it's time to change. And the next time you look in the mirror, which I know is going to be soon for most of us, I want you to say to yourself, I am worth it, and I am going to start getting in better shape today. Let's change gears. I almost died this year. But thanks to the medical advances and education I've had about heart health, my life goes on. I want to take a moment and thank those people here today who helped me survive this hard ordeal. And if you could just stand and stay standing until everyone is recognized. Dr. Chris Cooper, Dr. Laura Murphy, my UTMC cardiac rehab team of Jennifer, Katie, Amy, and Kelby, UT Athletics, my boss Kelly Andrews and Dave Nockey. That way, you're supposed to get crazy. Yes! My boss, where's Kelly at? And Dave Nockey. Are you guys, where are you at? There you are. There you go. UT Athletics. My golf team is here to donate their time today. My best friend, Teresa DeWitt. This is my heart army. Thank you all for your support, the worst health scare of my life. Thank you. All right, now you can sit down. Thank you. So you can help the same story be duplicated over and over again in many lives by supporting the work of the American Heart Association and Go Red for Women. We're all here for a special cause. Maybe someone asked you to be here. Maybe you're here honoring someone, and I actually met a woman beforehand. She's here because someone didn't make it because of heart disease. The one thing about the #1 killer of women, it's going to affect all of us in one way or another. The University of Toledo Women's Golf Program has decided that we're going to do something to help. We will wear red golf shirts at our tournaments starting this coming February to bring awareness to Heart Month. This is a picture from us just in Florida just a couple weeks ago, and we wear pink in the month of October for breast cancer awareness. We will now, the logo that you see, we will now buy a red shirt, and we will put that logo on the shirt, and we will wear that in the month of February. We will be asked hundreds, if not thousands of times, why are you wearing red? Because the University of Toledo is not red. Our answer will be we are supporting heart awareness, and we want to educate you about it. They will then have a card like I'm showing here again on the screen. They'll take this out of their golf bag, and they will educate 18 to 22-year-olds, women, about heart disease. As long, oh, here's some claps there. As long as I am the head women's golf coach at the University of Toledo, my team will continue to do this tradition in the month of February. We're going to do our part to educate others. What can you do to help? I knew you were going to ask that question. Thank you for asking that question over here. I'm going to ask you to get your wallets out, and I want you to donate today to this cause. Help me do that. This cause is so important to women. We need research to help ourselves and other women. There are cards on the table to fill out with your donation. My team will be collecting those once I get done with my talk. So please raise your hand, and they will come and get them from you. When you donate, you will receive a special gift from the American Heart Association. I was given a number that's what the normal number is. People, if it's not 100% in here, I am hunting you down. Okay? So I don't care what the amount is, if it's $5 or $10 or $1 million, like 100%. And I know some of you are like, are you serious? Yeah, people, I am really serious. So please think about it. That was not in my script. I just added that. So join me today and make a difference in our community on this day. Go Red for Women, because today is our day. I'll leave you with one last thought. And I use this daily from Yoda in Star Wars. Usually I can do the Yoda voice, but I'm not going to. I know. Really? do or do not. There is no try. It's the best I got. So what does that mean? I hear this all the time. I'm trying. Well, that's great, people, but shouldn't we be trying in everything that we do? So with my opinion and Yoda, and it's probably Yoda's opinion because Yoda was probably born before I was born, either do what you say you're going to do or do not. So I hope you do decide to change today and make your heart health the most important thing and get in better shape. My hope for you is that you become all in with your heart health and you become all in better than ever. Thank you.